All right, you can tell that setup there makes cleanup real quick and easy. I got a kind of a ravine over there that I'm filling in with some carbon, and then I'll come back and fill it in, layer it over with soil. I got a borrow pit over there that I take from. It's a huge hump, so I got plenty of that. But for now, I think I'm gonna go get my landscape rake hooked up. Kind of get some of this miscellaneous stuff that, I mean, you're not going to get everything with that setup, but it gets a lot. But I want to landscape rake everything, and eventually I'll probably pull that tube before I call it a day. Pull the tube so I can drop the water, get some of these dead trees down a little bit further. So that's just what I'm going to probably do to wrap up the day. Appreciate y'all watching, and a few of you that do. I thoroughly enjoy this kind of work, just being in the woods and stuff. And I don't know, the water too, being down here by the water is just so peaceful. I've been trading on and off with my dogs because they don't get along, so can't be worried about them fighting and stuff. So a couple hours with Nelly and a couple hours with Ivan, and I'll just trade on and off throughout the day. And they each get dad time, I guess. But yeah, it's 4:12. I still kind of want to do a little bit more, but I'm starting to get a little hungry too. We usually eat dinner around 5, so maybe after dinner. If I do decide to come down and do some more work, I'll definitely bring y'all back. Alright, it's the next day, Sunday, March 6th. About the same temperature. It did get down in the low 20s last night, so there might be some frost here and there, but the suns are, wherever the sun's hitting, it's all gone, if there was any. So gotta get the ladder so I can get up into the trees, because I'm going to be taking down trees today. It's quite the setup. It'll work. I'm not going far. I do wish I kind of had a better rack system, but it is what it is, and it always works for me. So let's head down to the pond and start taking down some trees. Alright, so that's about 16 hours of pulling the pipe, and it dropped it by at least a foot. Yeah, that stump is completely exposed now. It was underwater. And you kind of see the water line on that tree there. So the goal here is to get these trees down, and I want to cut them below the true water line. They'll just rot and stuff faster, and there won't be an eyesore. This is definitely the biggest one we'll be taking down today, and it's a perfect leaner, although it does kind of lean towards a good walnut. So I'm hoping we can kind of go this way and then just clean it up. That won't be a piece of cake. And then this one, now you can really see all them shrubs and little trees that were in there I wanted to get, but it was just so hard to see the bottom. This one, it's somewhat of a leaner too, leaning right where I need it. That branches over the water, so I'll probably cut that off first, pull that in. And then these, that'll be pretty easy too. So yeah, I mean, we only have I believe it's an 8-inch pipe, because there's not an extreme amount of runoff that comes into this. I'm not surrounded by flat fields or anything like that. So we put an 8-inch tube in, and for the most part, all but once, when we got like 5 inches of rain in like 30 minutes, it was insane. All but that one time, that pipe has held up just fine. And we have a spillway over there, and it did its job. The dam didn't break. Really no fear of that at all. But so now I can get a little bit further too, and some more of that debris, especially the bigger sticks. I used my tractor last night to pick up all the piles, I should say yesterday. I did come down after dinner for a little while and did some landscaping raking, but I didn't film it. There'll be plenty of that. But yeah, here's some bigger sticks too. And that's coming from all of them trees up there. I'd like to eventually get down. They're just Siberian elms. Not worth a darn. Dead standing Siberian elm makes for pretty good firewood, but it's not good for lumber, woodworking, anything like that. It warps, twists, checks. It's awful. Maybe pallets. Maybe you could make some pallets out of it. That's about it. I'm not sure about this one. I'm pretty sure it's dead, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. See if anything comes in. Even then, I'm like leaning towards taking it down. I think it's a beautiful tree, but man, it just dropped so many walnuts right into the pond. Now most of them do go down the pipe. Probably get deposited somewhere, in this case upstream, I guess. But okay, so we're gonna focus over there. I got 1, 2, 3, at least 4. No, I'm sorry, 5 good-sized trees, a couple small ones. I'm gonna try to tackle the more difficult ones first. Just get them out of the way, and then maybe we'll have a easy afternoon. Nellie does not like the drain pipe. She just tacks that thing like crazy. So, okay, I'll get you all set up and I'll bring you back. So the goal here is I'm going to go up there and get a cable tied off as high as I can, and then I'll probably hook it up to the tractor or the UTV and just put some kind of taunt the line and just enough to pull it this way. For now, I'm going to crawl up there and tie off the cable. I'm just securing my cables and stuff. I guess share that if you want to see it. Winch is definitely stronger, but I think I'm going to hook it up to the winch so I have a little more finesse. Okay, that's pretty taut. I'll make my back cut, and then as I make my front cut, I'm just going to go back and forth and tighten up the winch even more. So let me just put you on time lapse to do all that. All right, just like I planned it. It works pretty good with that winch. Just, you know, you can kind of fine tune the inches, centimeters, whatever you want to call it. Oh, woodland ducks are showing up. Then they saw me, now they're leaving. But yeah, my perfect wedge and everything in there, or hitch, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm going to get the small chainsaw. I'll just limb this all up. There's not much in here for lumber. Maybe a little bit there, a couple 2x4s, but I'll probably just all cut it up for firewood. Hackberry does make pretty good firewood, especially dead standing. And that was pretty hard. I could probably, my chain could probably use a sharpening as well, but yeah, the rest is just going to be sawing up the limbs and making a firewood out of it, and then we'll start on the next tree. You know, I'll bring you back then. Okay, I'm all set up for tree number 2. It's a little bigger. Got up as high as I could. I maxed out my ladder, that's for sure. I do have my excavator, but it's a large excavator, so I would just tear up all this grass. So I was gonna kind of bring it down the same direction as the last one, but I'm afraid it's gonna get hung up in this other walnut, and I don't want to damage that one. So what I decided is to fell it this way. I first put a straight line to the UTV over there, and again, I'm not putting a lot of pressure or anything like that. It's just enough to encourage it one way or the other. This, just like the last tree, is wanting to lean over the water, so I'm just telling it to go the other way. But the straight line, I think I would have hit my pond. So what I did was I ran a line around this hackberry here, and that was so I can essentially ask it to come this way in between the pond and that hackberry. Well, I'm not asking, I'm persuading it too. So that's the plan. I got 2 cables, and they're hooked up right there. The second cable comes around that hackberry, and then I have it hooked up to my winch over here. And again, I'll use the winch to kind of fine tune it and just nudge it. And I got my UTV wheels blocked off with the log there. I got to change my chains. That hackberry and the combination with the hackberry and the sand doled them up real fast. So dead sand hackberry just hardens real fast, at least on my stand. Over my plot of woods. This walnut should be much easier to cut, especially with the fresh chain. So yeah, I'm going to change my chains out, at least on the big saw, and then I'll bring it back. Alright, back from lunch. Got the saws all fueled up, lubed up, put new chains or sharpened chains on them. So let's go ahead and get this black walnut down. After this, I'll still have 1, 2, 3 decent sized ones, a couple small ones over there, and then it just depends on how deep I want to go into the woods, but definitely the 3 next big ones. And like I was saying, we'll see how this behaves for me. I want it to go right towards the UTV, if not a little to the right. Definitely don't want it to hit my dock, so I'll just bring you along. We'll keep this real time, see how long it takes. It is 12:24. Just got done with lunch. I do have a full belly. Made myself a bunch of potatoes and eggs and salsa, but I feel good, so let's do it. Gotta take time out, get her leash, and tie her up. She just wants to attack the chainsaw, and plus I'm taking down a tree, so I'm going to tie her over there. Right, another good successful fill. It did hit that hackberry, but it didn't do a whole lot of damage. Like, that was my best anchor point, and it went straight to it. I was hoping to go a little bit to the left of that hackberry, but like I said, it didn't do really any damage. So all good. And I definitely have some good lumber in there. It's solid all the way through. So I got that first chunk, probably 8 to 10 feet. Another probably 7, 8 feet, maybe even some there. So, and then the rest, all that will be firewood. Good tree, giving back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we probably killed it when we put it in the pond. Like I said, they like water, but not that much water. All the ones up here are doing great. In fact, I'm probably going to start tapping them here soon. Walnut syrup. So yeah, now just imagine cleaning this up and cutting it into manageable pieces. I'll take it back up to the firewood station and deal with it later. This will definitely need more time to dry than that hackberry. That hackberry had been dead for probably 2 years. So that might actually be burnable this next winter, or this coming winter. So yeah, from here it's just, get her done. So I'll limb it all up, throw the limbs over there, and then cut out the firewood and put that to a side. And then we'll take the good lumber pieces, good logs, up to the sawmill. So it is coming up from the roots. I think I'm going to have to put it down lower and probably get a chain on it. I think I might actually pull it out because I'm not really giving it that much. This is just a 1/4 inch cable, so it's not meant to pull out trees. Well, that's a good sign. Must be pretty rotten down there. Might give it a little bit more. We broke off a dead branch up there, but no big deal. So I'll probably just cut this off and then come in and get the stump. Like I said, this is the smaller of the trees. It does look like this tree's going to come out by its roots. I was saying earlier, it's just pretty much firewood. It is black walnut, but it's tiny and it's got a lot of curve and crooks and you name it. So. Well, it's in there better than I thought it was. I may turn around and try to maybe use my loader and kind of wiggle it, but I'm kind of sinking here pretty good, so I don't want to do it for too long. Okay, so I got to settle with that, leaving that stump in there. The only thing else I could have done is brought my excavator down here, but it's far too soft. So I don't feel like getting a 55,000 pound excavator stuck. Nothing I have to pull it out. But I cut it down quite a bit. Once the water comes back up, you won't even see it. And I still kind of want to get some of them other bushes. I was thinking like if I got them bushes, it would disturb the dirt and stuff, or small trees, whatever. But you know, you got to know when to say when, and that's definitely good enough. So anyways, I'm going to cut that up. No sense in bringing you along for that. I do want to take this one out, but I got to cook tonight, and it's almost 4 o'clock, so that might be it for the day. And it's Sunday, I got to work tomorrow, so I'll probably get back to this next weekend unless something else comes up or I just feel like doing something else. I am very happy with the progress on this side. It's really opening it up, and I'm hoping this grass comes in nice. I had planted grass a couple years ago, but it was just struggling, these big walnuts, and then on the other side where you can't see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big white oaks. Those leaves can just get huge, so it chokes out the sun quite a bit. But thinning these up, I think, is going to help, even though they probably aren't going to produce a lot of leaves this year because they were dead. But dead standing trees, just waiting for an accident, and it'll fall in a direction you don't want it to, and then it just complicates things. So might as well get them now. And that last tree was just firewood, but the one before that, I got some nice. That's going to produce some nice lumber. So, and so is this one. It is definitely slanted, but it's not really curved too much. So I think we can get some straight grain cuts out of that. All right. Well, it's been a productive day again. I did take about an hour out to go do some corrective training with my dogs. I had mentioned this on a previous video, but I've got that Belgian Malinois, and she's a very special dog. But I've had my German Shepherd for 11 years, so she ain't that special. If she doesn't shape up, she's going to ship out. And you know, it's unfortunate because I think we could provide her a very good home. But anyways, it was a great weekend. Very nice out. It's a little warm today. I did sweat today. It's probably about 55 degrees. But I had a lot of tractor time. So yesterday was much harder work, just getting all the stuff and debris out of the pond that I could. But yeah, it was a great weekend. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And I'll take you along. Like I said, I really like how it's coming along. I like being down here, and hopefully you do too. So, I mean, at least through the camera, see kind of the progress and whatnot. So I appreciate y'all watching, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. Take care.